the Rapid, honestly, like he is not doing well, but he's only 3 points behind the tournament leader, which is something that could actually be. He could call up during today if Alireza has an off day and he has a very nice day, but we'll see. As you can see, no Petrov, understandably.
That's where I was leading. I wanted to lead you there to this idea that if I play e4, and unless I have some really, really outstanding preparation for a Petrov, maybe I want to play in English, and maybe I want to play queen pawn and just take the game into different waters.
Perhaps, I mean, it's very, very sort of long-term ideas, which I don't know if they form, a large part of these players' preparation. But you have to have at least like half an eye on the upcoming Sinquefield Cup.
Right.
And if you do have a, quote-unquote killer idea against the Petrov,
perhaps maybe save it.
Yeah, both of them I assume are playing in the Sinquefield. I think they're both full tour participants. So you're not guaranteed to get white against Jan in the Sinquefield Cup.
Exactly.
The pairings have not been done yet. But you choose something else for the Rapid Blitz.
We have a Queen's Gambit with the 4 knights. A2, A3. I've had a lot of experience with these positions on both sides actually. A7, A6 used to be my choice.
A6 is a way to play there. DC4 is not a mistake, but this is very different in spirit. This starts looking a little bit like the Queen's Gambit accepted, but there are definitely subtle differences between this and the classical QGAs, because we have already developed a knight to c6
as well as knight to c3,
as well as a knight to c3, which definitely is. In spirit, this is all obviously very, very QGA adjacent.
Right.
Let's put it like this, but it's not exactly the same. Queen c2 is a very unusual move to my eyes.
Queen c2.
And a very concrete one. I'm assuming the point is that we maybe in some positions are now threatening to take on c5 and then to take on e5 using the x-ray along the c file here.
Well, let's invite Christian to join the discussion in this move, Queen c2. For both Peter and I, Christian, this is off the beaten track for us.
It all started with Bishop
first, though, let's go back for a second and look at alternatives, because we can attack the f2 pawn, forcing bishop e1,
Or we can pick up the pawn on b2.
or we can just simply take on b2 and say, okay, this trade really doesn't favor you as much as you think it does, young man. Please continue.
Right, right. I mean, you mentioned a moment ago when a b5 was played by Jan, you're trying to play a 4 versus 3. Well, let's trade the a pawn for the b pawn. And by the way, just again, maybe we're being too optimistic for Jan here for a moment, but if I did play f4 and g3, is that completely bizarrely ridiculous?
No, I don't think
bishop
it is.
e6.
Yeah, bishop e6.
I'm sorry.
Maybe specifically because of bishop
Apologies.
e6.
Yeah,
Maybe this is why you take on b2. Just to take ideas of bishop e4 and bishop e6, just
Right.
to control those squares.
because I very much got myself excited about the opportunity of playing for g3. And again, Christian, help us out on the clock times.
1 minute 23 seconds for Alireza. 7, absolutely. I mean, with those bishops swarming around your king like this.
Right.
And that d pawn, if you let it one tempo go to d3, d4, d3.
It just takes on b2. Yeah. It's a very, very solid practical decision.
And by the way, rook
Good
takes
move, the best move
b2
in
also
the
comes with the idea of bishop d3, so that we and bishop
Rook
c3
we go rook
very,
c2, I'm pretty
very,
sure.
very quickly.
It's important not to blunder bishop b4, I guess, as Christian keeps on reminding us.
What do you mean?
Rook
after
c2, I mean, automatically you play rook c2 here if you don't think about your moves very much. You play rook c2 with that bishop b4 maybe.
And if I take,
Check.
which one?
You can go king e8.
And I drop my rook
But how? Rook c7. No,
and
yes.
bishop e7.
No, but then I pick up both of your bishops.
I win all of your
Oh, you win both bishops.
all of my stuff.
And bishop takes e7.
Yeah.
That was one.
Jan chose b3, creating a threat of g4, g3 as well, and bishop b5 is a very logical continuation by Alireza. And now the big question is, can we play d4? Do we get mated if we play g4? Because I won that pawn on d3, of course. Like
Of course. Oh, that's the dream. Anchors away.
But it's, maybe we do get mated. It's a bit touch and go. I'm not sure.
So let's go rook a5.
Rook a5.
Yeah, I'm very, very uncertain about this.
I know what you wanted to do with anchoring the bishop, but somehow.
By the way, guys, MVL
b1 check and bishop
did
f2
win
is
his
not on
game
tap after d4.
against Fabiano.
Repeat the Christian. I don't know if he's thinking I can save the game. I should be playing even harder. He did drop back with his bishop. Bishop to c4.
I think we should go to Hikaru's game.
Necessary.
So you asked me to move to the game because we expected Hikaru to resign. No, we didn't get a resignation. Instead, and what happened with Firouzja and?
It was a draw.
just a draw.
I think they repeated. Yeah.
Wow,
Well, this
what
is
a remarkable
Yeah, this
save.
is a miraculous escape there by Jan, considering.